How's it going? My name is Coach Justin Blackwell, and today I want to discuss with you 3 of the basic defensive maneuvers that you can use to dodge punches. Now, when we think about dodging punches, what does that mean? That means some type of movement or maneuver where we don't have to occupy our hands like a block or a parry, right? We want to get out of the way but still have our hands free to do some type of throwing back, right? So the first one that I'm going to discuss is probably your most basic, which is your slip. Now, very simply put, on your slip, all I want to do is, I'm in my stance, is I either want to get my head to the left or to the right of a punch. Typically, we use these for straight punches. So for example, if they throw the jab, I might slip to my dominant side, assuming that my opponent is orthodox, right? If this would be different if it was a southpaw, but let's say it's orthodox to orthodox, and I'm going to slip my head right to the center, right? Or if I need to add a little of distance to that, I can slip it over the back leg a little bit, right? If you're more of kind of a Philly shell type of a guy or gal, you can go ahead and slip that weight to the back foot. But more importantly, what is the goal? My head is here. My goal is to move my head from here to the side so that I can put my shoulder, boom, where the head was and clear the space so that the punch travels over my shoulder. And that's a great way to think about it. If somebody's throwing a punch in my head, wherever my head was, I want to get my shoulder in that space to clear that head space. We call that changing the head slot. So I'm just trying to change my head slot. Boom. Right? And I'm going to get it over my back leg or over my lead leg. One thing you don't want to do is lean too far. If I'm outside of my base, then you're putting yourself in a bad position. So one thing we like to say is make them miss by an inch and not by a mile. I just need to change that head slot and make sure I'm balanced over one of my legs. Boom. Right over here. So that way I can come back with a nice sharp punch. Little quick pro tip on that. Again, you can change the head slot by just leaning your head. So as I slip, I might lean my head a little bit in that direction. That way it's not so stuck, I'm not so rigid. Boom, I just snap my head down and change the head slot that way as well. Try that in class, that'll help you out a lot. Next one is going to be your roll. So the roll we typically use for hooks, to evade hooks. So you're either going to roll to your dominant side or you're going to roll to your lead side. Boom. Just like the slips, make sure that wherever you roll is over your base. I don't want to roll out too far this way. I don't want to roll out too far this way, because really the goal isn't left or right or front or back. Ultimately, it's under. I need to get under the punch and then right over one of my legs, right? Either the lead leg or the back leg, so I can come back with some type of counter. Boom. So that's all you want to remember. Make sure your chin is down, your eyes are always up on your target, hands up, elbows in to protect your body. Boom. And it's just a snap of the shoulder. You'll feel your obliques, you'll feel your legs, and a little rotation in the shoulders. Boom, boom, right here. That's all you need. You can also do that with footwork. So let's say I want to go to my dominant side. I might roll with a step, and this is a great way to create a new angle. Roll to the lead side, again, a great way to create a new angle. Now, the last one that we're going to discuss is the duck, and I'm going to give you the side profile for this. Unlike the roll or the slip where we transfer weight to the opposite side, a duck means we're going straight under the punch with no transfer of weight. So if I'm in my centered stance, and let's say I throw a jab and they throw a jab back, boom. Unlike a slip where I might move, or a roll where I'll duck and rotate the shoulder, on the roll, but on the duck, boom, I'm just gonna get right under it. And this determines what I can counter with. So let's say I throw a 1-2, boom, boom, and my weight is over the lead leg, and I'm trying to duck a punch. I'm gonna duck right over that lead leg and come back with my counter, usually from the lead side. If I throw a 1-2-3, for example, jab, cross, hook, and as we talked about in another video, the law of the anchor, right? My weight is over my back foot. From here, I'm gonna duck right over that back foot, boom. And then that allows me to throw either my 6 or my 4 or my 2, because my weight is coming from that back leg where I wanna drive from. So those are 3 different ways to evade punches. Again, the slips, the rolls, and the ducks. Best way to learn them is to just practice them. When you're on the bag or when you're shadow boxing, these are great things to implement in your shadow boxing. Boom. Have some fun. Practice doesn't need to make perfect, it just needs to make progression. My name is Coach Justin, and can't wait to see you on the next one.